Hello Power Souls. Let's know one thing today. Blame shifting is one of the most exhausting emotional experiences because it doesn't attack you openly. It quietly rearranges reality until you begin to question yourself. At first, you bring up a concern. Then you explain your feelings. And before you realize it, you are apologizing not because you did something wrong, but because the problem has somehow become you. Blame shifting happens when responsibility is consistently redirected away from the person who caused harm and placed onto the person who reacted to it. The focus is never on the behavior. It is always on your response. Not what they said. Not what they did. But how you felt about it. And over time, this creates deep confusion. You express hurt, and you hear, "You're too sensitive." You point out a pattern, and you're told, "You always create drama." You ask for accountability, and suddenly the conversation is about your tone, your timing, your personality. The original issue disappears. And you are left defending yourself instead of being heard. Because it feels logical on the surface. You start wondering, did I misunderstand? Did I overreact? Am I the problem? Blame shifting works by slowly training you to doubt your own emotional compass. It replaces clarity with self-blame. And when self-blame becomes habitual, confidence erodes quietly. Imagine using a compass that is constantly being nudged off course. No matter which direction you walk, you're told you're heading the wrong way. Eventually, you stop trusting the compass even though the problem was never you. Blame shifting does the same thing to your inner guidance. It makes you distrust your own sense of right and wrong. Not always consciously, but often as a defense. Accepting responsibility requires humility, emotional maturity, and discomfort. Blame shifting avoids all three. Instead of saying, "I hurt you," it becomes, "You're making this a big deal." Instead of repair, there is reversal. When blame shifting is repeated, something changes inside you. You start explaining yourself too much. You anticipate conflict before speaking. You soften your needs to avoid being blamed again. Eventually, you stop bringing things up not because they don't matter, but because you're tired of being made responsible for everyone else's behavior. Here's an important distinction: healthy accountability sounds like, "I didn't realize that affected you. Let's talk about it." Blame shifting sounds like, "If you hadn't reacted that way, there wouldn't be a problem." One invites understanding. The other invites silence. If you are constantly being blamed, it does not mean you are doing everything wrong. It often means you are the only one willing to self-reflect. And that can make you an easy target for responsibility that doesn't belong to you. Clarity starts when you ask a simple question not out loud, but within: am I being asked to take responsibility for something I didn't cause? That question alone can shift everything. You don't need to argue. You don't need to convince. You only need to notice patterns. Blame shifting loses its power when you stop internalizing it. You are allowed to have feelings without being blamed for them. You are allowed to name harm without becoming the villain. And you are allowed to step out of conversations that repeatedly erase your reality. Not everything that goes wrong is your fault. And not every accusation deserves your acceptance. Sometimes, the most self-respecting thing you can do is refuse to carry what was never yours. Always remember, the universe loves you.